Are you recording?
Yes.
How's it? You know, we're dancing and we're having a shiny day.
Sorry.
Right? Design inspired.
So dumb.
What's going on, guys? Chris over here, Subconscious Control, Design Inspire. Don't worry, camera's waterproof or water resistant, 10 meters, I don't know, something like that. Anyways, I'm here to talk to you guys about New Year's resolutions, goal setting. And it's getting towards the end of the year, right? And that's usually when most of us write down our resolutions. And I would do that, I did that for years. And unfortunately, I look back and I go like, man, I didn't really get most of my resolutions. This was the first year that I really figured out a way to start getting more of those resolutions. And for me, I write down goals throughout the year, and I'm sure you guys do too, and I commend you for that. And then I started looking at the statistics for myself because I got frustrated. I was like, why am I not getting more out of these resolutions? Why am I not getting more out of my goals? I hear all these amazing gurus, you know, saying, do the dream board, picture it in your mind, read your goals morning, noon, and night, rewrite them every week. And I did all those things. And that wasn't working for me. And maybe you guys have set resolutions, maybe you guys have set goals, maybe you haven't achieved them, so maybe you can relate to this. And I started looking at the statistics, easy word to say, statistics. And they were on my side of not getting stuff done that I wanted to. 95% of people set a New Year's resolution, and by January 20th, they've broken that. And so I started delving in and trying to understand, man, where am I going wrong? And it brought me to understanding that, yes, maybe write down resolutions, maybe write down goals. But there's something more important than that. And that's understanding that you can, most of us look at a resolution and a goal, and we put it in this box because we've done it so many times. We write them down, we don't get them. So we have this, I write these down, I put them on the shelf, I look back another year later, and I still have the same resolutions because I forgot about them, or I broke them. And so we have, when we say write New Year's resolution, we have that in a box of, I don't get this done, I break it, I don't stay committed to it. And it's about making it and changing those words to priority. Because when we have priorities in our life, think about it, your daily priorities, you pretty much get done daily. And so that made me think, okay, so change it to priority and understand, now I need to still understand, how do I make it a priority? And if we, again, look at the things that we have priorities on an almost everyday basis, we go that, and then we look at our values and our beliefs. Well, our priorities align with our values and our beliefs. And if we want to shift those, we have to understand what our values and our beliefs are now and what we need to shift them to get that new priority. And once we do that, once we write that out, right? So most of the time when we set the goals, we write them on a piece of paper and it's very surface level. But now breaking them down and looking at our values and our beliefs and how to align those for our new priority, that's digging deeper. And then to get a little bit even deeper, we need to start making those a habit. And for me, I started thinking about like, okay, one of my resolutions a few years ago was get to the gym more consistent. And every year I would say like, that's the thing I want to do this year, get to the gym more consistent. And it doesn't matter if that's what it is for me. You guys can picture whatever you want to get more out of this year, whatever you want to get more out of the next 30, 60, 90 days of your life. However you want to shift your life to be better, to be the best year that yet you've lived on this earth, to be the next best decade, because once you learn this, you can redo it and do it and do it to get more and more what you want. So for me to go back, it was to go to the gym. And I wasn't ever getting that. And then I realized there was a few things I needed to change. So I looked at my values, my beliefs, realigned them with my priority, was just getting to the gym. And then I looked at, man, I don't have the habit of going to the gym. And I looked at, okay, I want a habit of going to the gym. But now I need to look at what skills I need to develop. And that was a skill of looking at some of my pitfalls, which was not getting up early enough, and what I was eating, and really where my mindset was. So I learned that I need to develop different skills. And first of all, it was better communication with myself and self-honesty. Those are two skills I needed to learn, right? Self-honesty was, if I'm gonna go, then say I'm gonna go and go. And if I'm not gonna go, then be honest with myself and say, no, I'm not gonna go, and that's okay. And be okay with that, accept that for myself. And the other skill I learned was better communication about when I would, oh man, I don't really wanna go today. Oh man, I'm at the gym, maybe it's not as great a workout. Man, I only have 30 minutes instead of an hour and a half. And that was learning better communication with myself. And those are two skills that you can work on and you should work on. And you can look at what you want to achieve this year, what you want to achieve in the next 30 days, to 60 days, 90 days, the next year, and realize that first, let me look at what my priority is. Okay, now I know that, I wrote that down. Now let me look at what values and beliefs I have about that. Now let me get rid of the negative beliefs and the negative values I have set towards that, and let me realign those so they're in line with my priority. And then realize I need to make this a habit. And you make that a habit by learning the skills. And then you'll notice that you start doing it a little bit more consistently. And then as you do it a little bit more consistently, yeah, it can become a habit, but you also have those small victories. And don't just set a big goal for the whole year. Break it down into 30 days, 90 days, right? So then you can measure and you can get those small victories, and that starts to build momentum. Because I don't know about you, but I used to write them down. I got pumped for like 2 weeks or a month, and then it would just dwindle out. I'd stop being excited about my goals. I'd forget about them. I get refocused back on my priorities that I normally have, my values and my beliefs. And once you start realigning all those, you'll notice you start to like just march and march and march and achieve a little bit more and get those small victories. And then life becomes greater. And then you don't get held back by those little things. And that's what I was doing. I was getting held back by those little things. And I started getting those small victories, and I started feeling good. And I realized, man, I went to the gym consistently for a week. Man, I worked on my business consistently for a week. Man, I got up in the morning when I said I was going to. And that started building momentum, started building feeling good, started building those small victories. Guys, this will lead to such great possibilities for your next 60 days, your next 90 days, for this next upcoming year. I know this isn't like easy and simple, and that's one reason I put together a whole program. It's a couple-hour program that I'm putting together right now, and I'm in the process of setting up in Utah and in Arizona, and possibly webinars where I help explain this, help people break it down, help people realign and get their priorities that they want. Guys, I commend you for watching this video. I love you guys. Turn on the notifications, subscribe, send this to other people, share this with other people, let people know there's something coming their way so they don't have to be frustrated like I was for so long, and they can get more of what their goals, their resolutions, their priorities. They get more out of their life in the next 30, 60, 90 days than they have over the last 5 years. Guys, love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.